Jesus felt healing. Jesus felt healing, baby. This lighting. You guys, I got this ring light from Amazon for $30, and high key, it was the best decision I've ever made because it's portable. And look how booty this lighting is right now. Right now, you guys are watching me set up a ring light without any instructions. Let me turn this. Without any instructions. I'm trying. I was doing it. And just like that, I'm done. And it took me less than 2 minutes. And they have different like tones. Yeah. Okay. Let's bring some light into your life and actually get started with the video. See what I did there? I know. I'm funny. Let's get started. Hey guys, it's Rebecca Elijah, but you family, so you can call me Becky. Welcome back to my channel and happy new week. I hope you guys are having a great day. So last week we talked about healing and how to maintain healing, but we never actually discussed what to do during the process of healing. This might be like a 2-parter or a 3-part series, so we'll see what's up. But what you need for today is to relax, open your mind, and cultivate an atmosphere where you stop judging yourself so that you can heal properly. Don't forget to tune in at the very end of this video to see who the winners are for the challenge of the week. So, healing. Healing. It's not an easy process, but it's necessary. Before we actually break down what you need to do during the healing process and during the process of being broken and finding a way to heal, we need to go into it with the proper understanding and the proper mindset, okay? So this is kind of gonna be like a before video. So what to do before starting the healing process, okay? The first thing that we need to do as we're entering into the healing process is to acknowledge that healing needs to take place. No one can force you to heal. No one can get you to understand what needs to be done to heal unless you are willing to open up yourself to allow yourself to heal. Say it with me. I acknowledge that I need to be healed and I'm ready to heal. Once you make that statement and once you acknowledge that you are ready to be healed, you're inviting God and you're inviting life to come and work out the process of healing through you. Acknowledge that there's healing that needs to take place and you will no longer allow that pain to rule over your life. You give permission to God to elevate you, to fix you, and to heal you in a new dynamic way, okay? The next thing that you need to do is to understand that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. No one is expecting you to be chipper 24/7. No one's expecting you to have everything together 24/7. That's not realistic. Sometimes we go through it. Sometimes we cry. Sometimes we want to punch people in the face repeatedly. But healing is a new opportunity for us to reach a new level in our lives, a new level of self, a new level in our identity, and to discover what we are capable of. Granting yourself permission to heal, you will notice that you will begin to have more strength. Sometimes it just takes the acknowledgement of this or the acknowledgement of the pain to actually begin to feel the strength again. It's kind of like when you're going through something and you keep it bottled in it. This thing is like simmering in your chest and you're like, but then once you express it to someone, you cry it out, you vent it out. After that, you feel yourself like, that's what healing is. Until you're self-soothed. You get to a point where you're like, I'm good. Everything's going to be okay. Sometimes after that cry, after that process, you notice like, dang, like I just needed to talk about it. Lead by example. You don't have to put on a brave face if you're a dad, if you're a mom, if you're an older sibling, if it's for your spouse, if it's for your partner, if it's for your workplace, by you displaying the characteristics of how to properly heal, you could lead them into a healing that they didn't know needed to take place. And you could change the way that they view themselves. You could change the way that they view you. And you don't know how that's going to benefit you in the long run. If we want to end toxicity in the world, it starts with us. The next thing you need to do is to surrender to the healing process and to fall in love with the healing process. Develop and cultivate a relationship with healing, okay? Healing is not taboo. Brokenness is not taboo. Brokenness is actually God's opportunity to show you who you are about to become. Without being broken, you do not know and you cannot see who God is trying to make you into. It's kind of like having an original mold. For you to take on a new form, a new shape, and to maintain and to contain more, God needs to break down that original shape in order to reshape you into something that is more sustainable for what he's going to give you. When you are feeling that pain, it's because God is getting ready to elevate you. God is getting ready to bring you into that new level that you wanted this whole time. So fall in love with healing. Fall in love with it. And sometimes we don't want to go through the process, but the thing is, God will never give us something that we're not ready to handle, which is why healing needs to take place, which is why identifying places of pain, old places of anger, of hurt, need to be exposed and need to be brought into the light, okay? Stop running away from the healing process. Fall in love with it, because there's something great that's gonna come out of it. We can't be the best stewards of what God is trying to give us unless we go through this process. God is doing it for our own good, because we could get something and wreck it and mess it up before we even had the opportunity to enjoy it, to explore it, and to see what that level is about. Don't knock yourself back into the old level because you didn't allow yourself to heal. And sometimes it feels so frustrating because brokenness and the need to heal will often come when things are shifting in your life. Like for a second, it will feel like, okay, everything is going right. I'm at a new level. Oh my God, like things are looking up for me. Hello world, new year, new me. And then all of a sudden, bam, everything just, it feels like a ghost-ish, like flush the toilet. Like it feels like that. But it's because you are at the beginning stage of a new level. But before you climb up into that level and advance, God wants to make sure that he gets rid of the things that will cause you to fail. So that as you level up, as you keep going up and you keep discovering this new level, people won't set you back. Situations won't set you back. Things that remind you of old places of pain won't set you back. So once you truly change your mind and shift your mind to understand that this healing process is for your good and that you fall in love with it, even when it doesn't feel so good, you will embrace it. You will embrace it because you know what the end result will be. So allow yourself to heal, so that you can get everything that you want and then some. You don't know what's waiting for you. You don't know what opportunities are waiting for you. You don't know what promotion, what elevation. You don't know what partner. You don't know what friendship. You don't know where these things are. You don't know what's waiting for you. But the only way you can discover that is for you to heal. Sometimes they can come along the way while you're healing. And sometimes they'll come at the very end of it, but until you actually start the process, you won't know and you won't see it. It's like an open door that is set in front of you. The door is open for you to go through, right? We always pray, God, give me an open door. Send open doors in my life, God, open doors. And he opens a door. But what you forget, and sometimes what he doesn't tell us, is that as you're walking between the gap of where the door is to enter it and where you are, there's some things that you have to let go of along the way. Some things that you have to prune, that has to be removed from you in order for you to enter that door with no burden, with no yoke, so that you feel light. A lot of you have open doors that are already open waiting for you, but you didn't want to start the process of healing, and that's what's actually limiting you. Don't hold yourself back. Don't limit yourself because you were too afraid to go through the process of healing. Yeah, it's painful. But allowing God to shape you will always be better than allowing the world to break you. So that anger that you're feeling, like, why does this always happen? Why do I always feel like bad things happen? Why do I always feel sad? Why do I always feel like things are not going the way I want it to go when I'm starting a new path or a new journey, or something good is happening in my life? And some of you want to point fingers and blame it on God, but you don't understand that God is trying to cultivate you, to shape you, so that the world doesn't break you. Allowing God to shape you ensures that there's going to be victory at the end of it. But allowing the world to break you, there's no guarantee that you'll survive that. And brokenness in God is different from brokenness in the world. Because when God breaks you, it's to give you a new shape, an even bigger and a better shape. But when the world breaks you, it's because they don't want you to become who you're supposed to be. Whereas when God is the one breaking you, you will become everything that you need and want to be, and even more. Because now you have the shape that allows that. But in order for you to take shape, you need to surrender to the healing process. You need to surrender and fall in love with healing. Fall in love. Get into the process. There's no such thing as running away from pain. Feeling pain is inevitable. What you do with that pain is up to you. You can surrender it to God and go through healing, and victory is assured. Or you can turn to the world, who wants what you have, and they will do everything to make sure that you stay broken. That's not what you want. So surrender to the healing process. Fall in love with it and allow yourself to start a relationship with it. Healing ensures that tomorrow's victories will not be cut short by unforgiveness, by hurt, by anger. You don't want those things to be cut short. So you have to understand why you're going through the healing process. It's for you to be at that permanent state of victory. Remember this. Remember why you started the process. When you're feeling that pain, just keep pushing. Just keep going. And you, as you're seeking the help, as you're doing what you need to do, you know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, but some people, they get so distracted by pain. My God, they get so distracted and they get so scared of opening up and being vulnerable of the pain that they allow themselves to stay in the tunnel. What moves you out of the tunnel is healing. So the more you open up, you get counseling, you do things within yourself to heal, you go to the places of pain and you bring it to the table to address it one by one, to see, okay, what was this? What was that? Why did this hurt me? Why did this cut me? The more you lay it out, the more you move out of the dark tunnel and closer to the light. But the more you harbor it and you keep it within yourself, you stay stuck in the tunnel. Don't keep yourself stagnant and darkness. Don't keep yourself stuck in the tunnel when the light is at the end. And the thing is, God was with you in the beginning of the process. God is with you in the middle of the process, even when you feel like you can't see him. He's still there. And he will be there at the very end. But even though God is with you in the middle of the tunnel, he will tell you things to do and he'll show you how to heal. But if you choose not to continue going, there are rats, there are mice, there's cockroaches, there's bugs, there's creepy crawly things, which could be people, which could be things that try to keep you down, that are gonna gnash at your feet because you stood still. Whereas if you were to keep going and to keep walking, nothing can take hold of your feet because you're moving the whole time closer into the light. Don't keep yourself stuck in a tunnel for cockroaches and for rats to consume you. Keep moving and pushing towards the light. And the only way you can do that is to address that healing needs to take place. And I'm not going to sit here and make it sound like once you accept the process of healing, it's going to be all daisies and butterflies and sunshine and warmth. Nah, you're going to cry. You will. You're going to feel the pain. You will. But you're going to be stronger within the midst of that. Healing is hard. Healing forces you to address things that you've kept bottled up and kept hidden, tucked under a rug for years. Pull it out. I know it hurts. It's not going to be fun. Some days you will feel strong. Some days you will feel weak. But healing looks like this, just like forgiveness. It's not a linear process, but it's the best thing that you could do for yourself. Healing properly and addressing places of pain and actually allowing yourself to pull out that pain and sort through it and heal, it gives you something to compare. And sometimes it gives you a new understanding of pain and almost a new appreciation. I know that sounds weird, but how would you know that you're truly experiencing joy if you've never experienced pain? How would you know that you're truly happy if you've never experienced sadness? How would you know that you are truly living in a place of excellence if you're in your life, if you've never experienced something that didn't feel so good or didn't look excellent? How would you know what your best is if you didn't experience times where you didn't do your best? How would you know that you are strong if you didn't go through pain, you didn't go through situations, if you didn't go through things that made you feel weak? Going through the healing process will continue to add value to joy, value to happiness, because you know what you had to do to get that. You know the process that you had to go through, and you value living life more when you've experienced situations that sometimes aren't so good. So it's not going to feel good every day. I'm not going to lie to you and say that it will feel good. But the days where you feel the joy, the days when your happiness is restored, when you're at your fullest, you're going to be like, yeah, this is joy. And I want that for you. I want you to truly cherish and enjoy joy. Enjoy happiness, enjoy excellence, and know it. Healing is the most complex, the most beautiful, and the most necessary experience that everyone must go through. But before you heal, you have moments of brokenness, which means that brokenness is equally as beautiful and as complex and as necessary as healing is. Acknowledge both. And you will, if I'm wrong, I want you to come back here and let me know. Once you've healed, if you don't feel more joy than you did before, in the sense where it's like you don't value the joy that you have afterwards, come and let me know. Healing brings self-discovery. And you know what? When I say that I've gone through, as I've been going through this healing process, there's been some painful things that I've had to address and I've had to be real with. And to be honest, there was like a week or two where I was just down. I was like, the smiles weren't there. And it felt like God he kept beating me. He kept like bringing it out of me. And I'm like it felt like God was slapping my back, and it just did not feel good. I'm like, God, why do you keep bringing this out? Can we just chill for a second? But he brought it all out. And after I healed from that, the joy that I've experienced afterwards is a joy that I did not know that I could experience. You know? It's kind of like when you go to a chiropractor and you need to get your back cracked. You know how like when they position you, it hurts so bad. You're like, no, please don't do it. Please don't do it. And then they crack it and you're like, ah! Like you literally scream. But then afterwards, you feel the ultimate relief. Like you can literally move. You're like, oh my God, like, oh, I wasn't able to do this before. Sometimes you're not aware of your range of motion until you crack and get rid of the things that was causing you to be stiff in the first place. Sometimes you don't even know you stiff until you go to a chiropractor. I just want to let you know that the chiropractor is God. Allow your back to be cracked so that you can enjoy fluidity, so that you can enjoy motion in your life. Greatness never comes without trials and tribulations. If not, how would you know that you're great? What scale would you use to measure greatness? I just want to help you guys view the healing process differently. I want you guys to view brokenness differently. I want you guys to view healing differently. So that you allow yourself, you surrender to the process and allow yourself to experience that healing. The last main thing that I want to say as you're entering into this healing process is do not allow hard times to make you into a hard person. Going through the healing process ensures that you do not become a hard person, but you become a strengthened person, a strong person. The world wants to get you to a place where you're so bitter that you could never taste sweetness in your life. Don't become a hard person. Do not allow hard times to make you into a hard person. God wants to use your hard times to strengthen you, to make you into a strong person. It's kind of like, for those of you who've seen Black Panther, it's kind of like that the suit. His suit, the Black Panther suit. So, you know, with the suit, every time you punch an area one time, and it becomes like sore. It almost like it hurts that first time. But as soon as you're punched there again, it's like now it reverberates back to that person. Like that person, like he no longer feels pain in that area. So the more he's hit, on different parts of his body, when he's hit again, it doesn't affect him because he's strong. God wants to give you a Black Panther suit. That's what healing will do to you. Okay? He wants to strengthen you. Yes, it made you, those areas of pain, those areas that you've been hurt, it made you tender. You were punched once there and you're like, I ain't going back there. But sometimes even revisiting those places will feel like a punch again. But you don't know that this time that punch is not going to hurt you again because you've now built strength there. The suit has now become invincible in that area. It's no longer affected by that old punch. So yes, you were punched once in this area. Revisit it so that you will be strengthened in this area. You're a superhero. Just go through this process and see for yourself. Yeah. So that's it for this week's video. Stay tuned for next week for part 2. And in part 2, we're going to talk about what to do. So make sure you bring your notebook and make sure you are ready to write down questions and notes, because we're going to get to the root of things that you need to ask yourself so that you could heal properly. This week was just before you step into healing. Let me tell you what the healing process is so you can view the healing process the right way. So when you're in your not so happy moments in the healing process, you have something to hold on to. That's what today was. Before I let you guys go, I have all the names that were entered into this week's challenge on my phone, on this app that actually creates a raffle for you. So I don't have to use a hat because I couldn't find a hat. So the winners for this week's challenge are Nicole W. and Kaylin Daly. So congratulations. You all just made some money on Cash App. So make sure you guys DM me, message me your Cash App, and I will send you that money. And yeah, so I love you guys so much. Get ready. Make sure you come with your notebook and a pen next week so we can dive into the next process or the next step of the healing process, okay? I love you. Have a good week and stay blessed, okay? Bye, guys.